Welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to explain a movie called The Emperor's New Groove. Get comfortable. Get ready for a wild ride as we take you on a journey to the heart of the jungle, where an egotistical emperor named Cusco is suddenly transformed into a furry and four-legged creature by his wicked advisor, the devious diva Isma. Stranded in the wilderness, Cusco's only hope of regaining his human form and reclaiming his throne lies in the hands of a kind-hearted peasant named Pasha. Together, they must embark on a perilous adventure through treacherous terrain, overcoming obstacles and challenges at every turn. But with Isma hot on their trail and determined to thwart their mission, Cusco and Pasha must race against time to make it back to the palace before it's too late. Will they succeed in their quest and restore Cusco to his former glory? Only time will tell in this epic tale of betrayal, redemption, and the true meaning of friendship. Sit back and enjoy. The movie opens with the main character narrating his ordeals about being a victim of evildoers who turned him into an llama from being an emperor, a rich ball of charisma. The main character is Cusco, Emperor Cusco. He portrays himself as the world's nicest guy whose life was ruined for no reason. He was born and raised to rule. Everyone in the palace is at his command. He snaps his fingers for the butler, chef, and theme song guy. He is the sovereign lord of the nation, the hippest cat in creation, and Alpha Omega AZ. The perfect world will spin at his every little whim. He arrogantly says he is the lord of the planets. Emperor Cusco attempts to pick a bride, but isn't satisfied with the selected ladies and snaps at the servant in charge. Cusco tells us about the culprits behind his present situation and why he thinks so. Pasha, the village head, is the first of his enemy, Isma, his former advisor who tries to run the country behind his back, and Kronk, her present assistant. The emperor catches her in the act, and she respectfully acknowledges his presence. She is accused of doing his duty and gets fired by him. She gets upset that he does not recognize her loyalty to the empire. Pasha's entry interrupts her speech, and the emperor claims his chair. He addresses the village head, which he summoned to the palace. Pasha is made to believe he can solve Cusco's problem. He is made to think that the spot on the hill where his family has been living for generational 6 years is the perfect spot for his summer resort and waterfall because of the effect of the sun on it. He tells him he gives the word on his birthday the next day that the house be destroyed for the execution of his birthday gift. He advises him to take a change of location for him on the way. He proudly always has things done his way. Isma, in her territory, a part of the palace, vows to Kronk to get rid of Cusco. She plans to turn him into a harmless flea in a double box and smash it with a hammer. On the other hand, she decides to poison him during dinner that night, but accidentally turns him into an llama and then smashes with a hammer on his head. Kronk was instructed to dispose of his body in a sack. Kronk sympathetically picks up his body from the flowing river and accidentally throws it in a moving cart. The cart arrives at its destination, and Pasha becomes the cart's owner. He takes the cart up the hills, and his little children hug him and receive a passionate kiss from his wife, who welcomes him warmly. His children go to sleep after a bit of chit-chat with their dad. He hides the news from his family. He tells his wife he is tired from the trip. He takes the cart to a different location on the hill and discovers the load on his cart. Gently opening it, he saw an llama in the sack. He addresses it affectionately, and the llama talks, terrifying him. He called him a demon llama. Surprised by that name, he exits the cart and hits an end. Cusco, not aware of his changed form, addresses him as a whiny peasant. Pasha then knows instantly that he is the emperor. He commands him to take him back to the city of Pasha, then withdraws his hands and strikes a deal to build his summer house somewhere else in exchange for taking him to the town which he disagrees. A llama walks into the jungle afraid, wakes sleeping jaguars, then the jaguars chase him. The village head, Pasha, rescues him from there. Pasha and a llama get tied to a branch, float on an ocean, and enter a waterfall. Then Pasha helped a llama breathe through the mouth-to-mouth aid, which made things awkward between them. A llama still needs to change his summer house location. Long into the night, a llama shivers and gets covered by Pasha with his clothes. Things become awkward between them the following day, and a llama changes his mind about the location. Pasha becomes excited and decides to help him return to the city. On their way back, Pasha gets tied to the bridge and is about to get betrayed by a llama when he also gets tied to the bridge. They both fight, and the bridge gets destroyed, resulting in their fall. They did not fall as they got tucked in between a rock. Pasha offers the solution, saving them both from the crocodiles beneath the tattered bridge. Isma and Kronk search for Cusco, a llama, and meet a squirrel on their way into a jungle. The squirrel gets scared of Isma and starts talking to Kronk, a junior chipmunk. The squirrel talks to Kronk and leaves Isma out of the conversation. It talked about talking a llama to him and getting Isma engaged. Pasha and llama are exposed by the squirrel to them, and they both leave the search of it. The four of them are in a restaurant without seeing themselves. Llama gets disguised as a lady. Pasha overhears Isma talking about getting rid of llama. Kronk tries to figure out where he met him before, but discards it when Pasha tries to escape. Llama continuously speaks to the chef about his preference for the food. The chef gets angry at llama due to his query, and Kronk takes over his position. Llama orders a dish. Isma comes next. Llama comes to correct his order, and Isma does the same thing. Both take turns through opposite sides of the door. They sit and take turns covering their faces with the restaurant's menu ignorantly. Meanwhile, Pasha is trying to devise a way for them not to see each other. Still, llama is not getting the cue and keeps disrupting Pasha's plan by refusing to leave. Isma gets her birthday celebrated before the day due to the chef's wife misunderstanding his message, however saving them. So, Pasha can leave with llama. After they both leave, llama misunderstands Pasha and disagrees with him again over who actually wants him saved. They go their separate ways. After llama confirms Pasha's loyalty and truthfulness, he feels sorry and goes in search of him. A downpour begins during his investigation, and he sarcastically blames everyone again for his ordeals. He feels so sorry for himself. Kronk remembers the peasant did not pay his check at the restaurant and told Isma to come along in search of the two customers, who he thinks is llama and Pasha when he remembers the cart incident. Pasha is amid other llamas on a cliff waiting for his llama to return. Llama meets Pasha there and apologizes, which Pasha takes no time to accept. Llama bursts into tears, and they both begin their journey back to Pasha's house to get some supplies, but get stopped by two older neighbors up the hill who tells them about Kronk's and Isma's presence in his house. They refer to them as his relatives. Isma was conversing with Pasha's wife, and she was looking at her critically while Kronk was playing with the kids, nonchalant about their plan in the first place. Isma continues the plan while getting Kronk involved. Pasha immediately went up the hill to check on his family and gave his wife sign language to come and meet him outside their house for a conversation. She slyly left Isma in the room and went to him. Meeting llama for the first time, she accidentally hits him with a pan. She and her children devise a plan against Isma. They stall Isma in the house to prevent her from leaving. Isma gets injured in their plot, and Kronk pretends to be concerned about her after he applauds the family on their victory against her plot. Isma got to her secret room before Pasha and llama. Isma called her guards on the both of them to deal with them. They all got affected by the vials and turned into animals. She got betrayed by Kronk. She also turned into a cat at a point in the movie, and Pasha and llama got more connected after helping each other. Llama turns back to humans and sorts his differences with the servant he offended. Emperor Cusco became humble and told his newfound companion about his plan to get another hill for his summer house and waterfall. He also got closer to the peasants, and they lived happily ever after. And that brings us to the end of this interesting animation movie. What do you think of it? Please, give us a suggestion of movies you want us to upload next. Thank you for watching and being part of our family. Just to let you know, we are posting videos every day for you. Please subscribe to give us more motivation, and you will not miss our daily video.